Greetings, Culturians, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have to talk about one of the good things in Hollywood, or good people in Hollywood, Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, that's right. The star of The Housemaid and many other things was also somebody who was in Euphoria and a few other things out there that you may or may not have seen. And now she's realized her potential in a new form. A first look deal with her own production company. Wow, how times change and people get smarter. And Sydney Sweeney is one smart cookie. Here we go. Now, before we get started, just a quick reminder. I am trying to get to 50K. We have closed in on it, and then we've retreated from it. I don't know what's going on in the algorithm. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but do double check that you're still subscribed to the channel. And if not, click the subscribe button, whether this is your first time or your 1,000th time. It really does make a difference. Also, if you wouldn't mind, hit the thumbs up button while you're down there and make sure you make comments towards the end. The main difference maker is always that bell icon. Believe it or not, if you hit the bell, turn on all notifications, you won't miss anything. And we have a lot of live shows plus some recorded videos for the rest of the week. So let's get into this because it's worth it. The story starts off Euphoria and Housemaid. Sydney Sweeney forms Honey Trap producing label. Sony Pictures sets first look deal. Honey Trap. That's kind of amusing. I like that. I'm sure you will too. Finding a little humor in the little things is very important. And I'm going to tell you right now, Sydney Sweeney apparently likes the little things. Well, back to the story. This is an exclusive, hot off the heels of Sunday night's finale of the Sam Levinson HBO series Euphoria. Sydney Sweeney is leaning into her producing and potentially directing aspirations. She has formed Honey Trap with longtime creative collaborator Kaye McGregor serving as president of production and development at the production company. Sweeney's company will be set with a first look deal at Sony Pictures, where she starred in and executive produced the sleeper hit Anyone But You. And believe it or not, that film did very well. And Sweeney's already working with Sony on a TriStar Pictures remake of Barbarella. I think she's perfect for that, which Edgar Wright will direct, and Jane Goldman and Honey Ross are working on the script based on the French comic book series from Jean-Claude Forest. That was made into the 1968 cult classic starring Hanoi Jane herself, Jane Fonda. Wild story indeed. Look, I mean, sometimes typecasting works, right? Sydney Sweeney as Barbarella kind of works visually if you're familiar with the series or you're familiar with the original film adaptation. I think it kind of, it just kind of spills itself out all over the page, kind of like honey. Now, Sweeney gets a lot of attention for her provocative messaging behind her work and public presence. Her campaign for Jeans Maker American Eagle caused a stock to spike. But the formation of Honey Trap is an acknowledgement that there is ambition and substance behind the hyphenate.
What brand am I wearing? Yeah, that one. American Eagle jeans.
And you know what? There always has been. She's always planned very well, understood what she was marketing and to whom. This is a person who's not going to make a mistake and say something silly in an interview or allow herself to be led down the wrong road. We've seen what happens when people try to do that, and they're met with a sort of chilly resistance I'm sure they were not prepared for. Now, Sydney is coming off of starring with Amanda Seyfried in Lionsgate's adaptation of The Housemaid. And there's another one on the way, by the way. The Paul Feig-directed film, which Sweeney was also an executive producer on, grossed nearly $400 million already on digital, earning more money there. And she'll reprise that role opposite Kirsten Dunst in the sequel to The Housemaid's Secret. Again, Lionsgate is thrilled. This is an opportunity to make more money with one of Hollywood's hottest commodities. At Sony, she's attached to produce the registration, based on Madison Lawson's novel, being adapted by Ben Collins and Luke Petrowski. While the two series put her on the map, of course, speaking of Euphoria, she gained fans in the industry when she portrayed the fighter Christy Martin in the film Christy, which again, I thought was brilliant. An opportunity to bulk up, get in shape, and show you have range and depth, which she did very adroitly. I'm very excited for her future. It'll be worth watching how she handles the next step. Sweeney and Sony provided her a mission statement for Honey Trap. At Honey Trap, we believe the most unforgettable stories live in contradiction, which I agree. Beauty and danger, intimacy and power, vulnerability and control. Our mission is to create bold cinematic film and television that challenges perception, sparks conversation, and leaves a lasting emotional imprint, and I imagine an impression. We are committed to championing visionary filmmakers, complex characters, and stories that push beyond the expectation while remaining deeply entertaining and emotionally accessible to audiences worldwide. Now again, she's also fresh off the end of Euphoria, where she wore, well, not a lot of clothes for a lot of the show. In fact, nudity has always been a controversial thing for Euphoria across all 3 of its seasons, including this most recent one, which is its final season, the finale of which was this last Sunday. The question is, have you seen Sydney in anything else? Perhaps one of her horror films, or maybe even the terribly ideated Madam Web, which was nobody's fault but Sony's, and in particular, Q-Tip Head. Anyway, let me know what you think. Are you excited for Honey Trap Productions? Do you think Sydney Sweeney is on the verge of just becoming a breakout star? Do you think that she has all the tools necessary to become the female version of a Ryan Reynolds, or perhaps something better? Let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comments section below. In the comments area, we will talk, we will converse, and we will have a beautiful discussion about a beautiful lady that I think has a big future in front of her. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya! Just, of course, not watching Euphoria. Because if I wanted to watch a plank of wood, I'd go to Home Depot.